What? That's okay. You know, that's okay. Wait, Wolfagila is actually what? Oh wait.
¿Quién?
What?
Pode ver, pode. Tanto faz, vamos perder mesmo. Eu acho que vai dar Team Spirit e vão vencer, né?
É
Parelho.
um jogo de desesperado aí. É um jogo de desesperado.
Eu vou permanecer na Team Spirit, mas.
Tá, eu vou colocar com você pra ir te acompanhando, mas eu não acho que a equipe de Kosovo vai embora tão cedo assim.
Kosovo, né?
É, Kosovo. É estranho, né?
É estranho. Parece brasileiro falando, né? Outra coisa.
Então.
Aí a gente tem aqui a G2 versus a... Aqui é versus? Não, né? Ah, não. Aqui só classificou já.
Aí classificou já,
Aqui
né?
não é versus, não. A gente tem a MBR contra a Complexity. A MBR vai enfiar uma bolacha nesses caras. Puta bolacha, cara. Vai pra mim, vai MBR. E pra você?
Também.
Aí a gente tem Astralis e Outsiders, o time da Lontra. Pra mim vai passar Astralis.
Astralis.
Tá, Vitaly versus Imperial. Aqui a gente começa a...
Legend stage.
Who are they playing first again?
G2.
Oh, yeah, we do know. Oh, shit.
So
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
talk
it's
about
Banado.
that. We'll talk about that when we get to the challenger,
Yeah,
to
I
the
was
pick'ems,
just-
because
yeah.
I actually think that the way that we have the harder matches first is actually good.
Okay,
But
put them at
minutes,
legend,
yeah.
put them there, and then put Imperial. Match the color of their logo to the color of the category. There we go.
Okay. IHC. Do we think they're getting destroyed, or are they meh?
Unfortunately, they're gonna get
They're gonna get
destroyed as well.
destroyed.
Like they looked good, but when they play actually good teams, they're gonna be.
Let's
Yeah,
make another
it's not-
category for
gonna be-
IHC levels of destroyed.
And
I don't
not
know. They beat
safe,
Renegades. They made Renegades look like noobs.
not
Yeah.
safe for work. It's gonna be awful. And unless but they're not gonna play Renegades in like the O2 game. They're gonna play a good team, so they're gonna get destroyed as well.
Hmm.
That's how I see it.
All right. G2.
I mean, I would say
Playoffs.
Yeah.
See, what do we do? Like, how are we doing this with G2? Was anybody impressed with their RMR performance?
No, but like you kind of have to put them there
Why do you have to?
just based on the pieces. Like we know that they can get there. Like we saw it in Katowice, like the levels that they can reach, and you have to feel like the major is where they're gonna have to replicate some of that, right? So I feel like you just have to put them in top 8, like especially given that like you just don't have 8 teams that are convincingly better than them.
Also, I
Okay.
think
Alright.
the more this, I would rather this team be struggling through Pro League and struggling through the RMR and looking ugly there, and start putting it together in time for the major. This is one of those teams where I don't actually care about their recent performances. I don't even really care about the second place at Katowice. Just because of the team, because of the names, I'm going to just give them like a certain level of faith, and just see what the major brings us. But I'm not getting swayed by like some shaky performance, like a 16-10. A win's a win. You qualified for the major. I don't care if it's 16-10 over Sangle. I don't care if you didn't blow out Bad News Eagles, whatever.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm like not
Expectations of, because of what we saw at Katowice, because of the names of the players. And when you see them have like some kind of a weak or disappointing performance, it feels way worse than it is, because you're thinking in your head that this team should be contending for every single title, and they should be like pretty much put together. So at least for me, I have to catch myself being like overly harsh on this team. Although I mean, yeah, that's just the
You're
way
pretty
I kinda
nice
look
to
at it.
them.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they got some players I enjoy watching, obviously. That help.
exciting.
Yanko is mad in chat. He called us all high. And
Hey, Yanko's in chat. What's up, brother?
Yeah, look, I think we're all good. Like Yanko's
definitely
doing the
high.
whole supporting Nico thing, you know. So we let him off with that one. It's all good. Like we can talk
Still
about
biased, still
the
biased, big
playing as
test.
well, because
We'll give
wasn't
him-
Keto playing for
That's
them
what
in the qualifier?
we're assuming. Like it's gonna be 2 weeks before he has to travel.
We're rolling here. Astralis. Now this is an interesting one, because I think Astralis have been making good progress as a team. I don't think it's been anything like crazy, and obviously it's to the Astralis name, so you're expecting the trophies to be lifted here. But in terms of what I thought was
not
going
anymore, man.
no, but you know, obviously people still get hung up on the name value and everything like that. But you look at it, and I think this team has definitely made good strides. So for me, I think like legend stage is more than doable, and even the potential, depending on matchups, to sneak a spot into the playoffs, depending on matchups, right? So I think this category, legends as a minimum, is going to be our biggest category, and then to decide between them, it's literally going to be a coin toss or matchup specific. So I I don't know. Like I'm glad that Astralis are trending upwards and they're making it work, but in terms of anything after that, I don't know. It's like this is so wide open.
Yeah, I would actually kind of, just based on the recent performances, I do think that they've looked a lot improved. Config seems to be getting out of his rut, which is, I think, a massive fucking win condition for this team. Like, he is probably the biggest win condition for this team, even. Like,
What do you
obviously,
think
if
blame
you put,
is? Can't have Astralis a tier above Vitality, NIP, Big.
Let's talk
Liquid,
about that.
Copenhagen.
Let's
Okay.
walk Ants and Furia into playoffs, and then just before we go further, because Ants has been pretty good, we know that. Furia also. Who is it? Does anyone want to push them into the? Let's talk about Astralis first. Astralis versus
yeah,
Vitality
I'm down to
versus
consider
NIP
Astralis if
versus
they go
Liquid
in there or not.
or Big.
Holy shit! I just zoned out. I see some new teams up on the list.
Welcome back,
Come on,
Jason.
come on,
Hey, sorry
Moses.
about that.
We're talking about
Ooh.
Astralis versus another team to make the playoffs. Let's make arguments and convince each other.
Astralis against another team to make
Look,
the
what you
playoffs.
pick your
Peak wise,
pick
look,
any-
peak wise, I would say out of the Legends teams, peak wise, I would put Vitality on top. Pretty convincingly, even.
Oh, yeah, but they're not at their peak.
I'd put NIP there based on just their consistent form.
Consistency, okay.
boot camping ever since they made a qualifier. The fact that right now, maybe you guys don't know, they're borrowing a mansion, right? One of their fans is letting them borrow a mansion so they can boot camp and practice for the major because they don't have anywhere else to play and sit. It's so fucking sick. The whole story is so fucking sick. The whole, energy, the vibe they're coming in with, I absolutely love to see it. It's a risky pick, but I think BNE have what it takes to perhaps make the surprise here. I consider Ends to be a given, Vitality to be a given, Astralis G2 to be a given, and then I just need to hit one of these, and I think that should be possible. I really think that should be possible. I think MIBR is honestly the team that has, out of these like mediocre teams, it's
the hardest prediction, to be honest. My hardest prediction. But I mean, of course, I want to get 8 right picks, but I need at least 5, and only 5. I think this one is 100% for me. I hope they'll qualify for main stage, but still. I believe more in MIBR more than in Imperial. And last time MIBR beat them in RMR qualifiers at LAN. So yeah, we played scrims with Imperial, few scrims. They were playing good. I like how they played. Maybe do like this. Try like this.
Imperial 3x0 rebenteiro.
Ence Imperial 3x? Não sei. Astralis 3-0, Liquid 3-0 na Def, Nave MBR 3-1. Saudades, Zé. Vai rolar, vai rolar.
Terceiro mês de sub, mas há muito tempo seguindo. Faz o triple V.
Tamo junto, instável. É nóis, meu rei.
Salve VDV.
Salve.
Que satisfação assistir sua live desde 26 de fevereiro aqui CNTG.
Tamo junto. Ó, dozão, velho. Não vendeu ainda, tá? Vendeu só um daqueles. Ó, pra quem não sabe, saiu o pacotola do FIFA aí, hein? Eu desinstalei, velho. Eu tô meio naquela. Deixei de lado. Então, o plano turco, eu botei o plano turco. Essa ordem aí. E aí é trocar o 03 aqui, ó. Talvez. Pode ser. O PR não passa, velho. Pô, mas aí se passar, eu sou tirado de safari. Eu vou torcer pra passar, né, velho? Acho que tem pra passar, velho. MBR, Forze ali é pau a pau, velho.